everyone.
Good
Madam,
morning,
कैसी हैं आप?
Divyani.
Good morning, sir. How are you all? Hope all are doing well.
All
Yes,
well,
yes,
ma'am.
we are all doing well. We heard you're not well.
Yes, sir. It will take some time, but I'll be okay, sir.
Okay, you're okay with the meeting, or I think if not,
No, no,
boss has told that we
it,
can coordinate.
no, sir. It's okay. It's okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
Says documents preparation as per guidelines laid down by regulatory institutions, drone training, and many more as demanded by the customer. My colleagues, Mr. Ashutosh, Mr. Manish, Mr. Sachin, and Mr. Yogesh, are here on this webinar. They will let you know the aviation internship program and why it is important for all. Over to Mr. Ashutosh. Ashutosh ji.
Ma'am, I think Manish sir will introduce about
Okay.
why the internship is mandatory and why we are going for the online internship program. Why we have not chosen for the offline training and all.
Yes,
Uh,
Mr. Manish.
yes, madam. That's why I was waiting for him to take over because it was planned.
Okay.
Manish sir, over to you, please.
Good morning, everyone. Ma'am, thank you for giving an informative introduction about DAC Aviation. Additionally, I'll congratulate to DAC Aviation for this great initiative to start this internship program. And I can say, as per my knowledge, this will starting and in India, and we can say this is the first time for the undergraduate people it is. And I can tell confidently that this is going to be the great knowledge transfer process and beneficial to the candidates who have opted aviation as a career. I think the candidates are from the civil aviation background, and many are the undergraduates. Many are of them, they are doing the others courses also, like we can say BBA aviations, MBA. If I'll say internship, so many questions may arise in the mind. But what is the internship first? If I'll define the internship, so an internship is a professional's learning experience that offers meaningful practical work related to the student's field of study or career interest. And internships gives an students the opportunity for a career explorations and development and to learn the new skills. It's just like an on-job training, OJT. That is a prerequisite for doing any kinds of job. The seconds may come in our mind why internship is required. Why it is required? So many reasons are there. Nowadays, for every courses, it is a mandatory requirements. University prescribe in their syllabus is certain internship is required to be completed for fulfillment of the course. Certain can be introduced and certain can be for the candidates beneficial. Many benefits are there. Some of I can tell, if anyone is doing the internship, that will allow to apply their knowledge, what they have learned in the academic. They can apply their knowledge in practical setting of in organizations. They can understand the organization functions. Internship help you to determine your interests. What is your area of interest? What is your key interest? Definitely, it will help to explore. It can develop the new interests among the candidates. It may also connect the candidate with the industry's professionals, because candidate, those who are studying in the college, universities, so they are in academic environments. Once they come in the organizations for doing an internship, they connect with the industry's professionals, and definitely that is a beneficial, that is a stepping stone for them. They can inspire to learn more about the industries, and most important, in aviation sectors, safety is a prime. While doing the internship, that allow to candidates in turn to learn in the safe environments. So many advantages are there. Last, we can say internships provide possible credit for your college degree, because if it is mandatory, I think for BBA aviations, MBA aviations, and others BBA courses, BSc aviations, many courses are there. Aircraft maintenance engineering. So many courses are there in aviations. Some of are technical sides, some of are non-technical sides. So internship is required in both. Technical sides, apart from the internship, some kinds of practical trainings is also mandatory. So they provide the credit for your getting the degree, certifications, certificates. Other questions may come in the mind. What we are going to learn in the internships? Definitely, what course we are doing it. Like suppose the candidates are from the aircraft maintenance engineering. So what is the role of an aircraft maintenance engineers? What is their job functions? During the internship, the candidates will grasp the informations. Candidates will work in the environments. Candidates will slowly understand what actually aircraft maintenance engineers will do. If any persons, they are doing the BB aviations, MBA aviations, if any person is doing BSc aviations, BSc aeronautics, so what are the related job functions like safety managers, like RAM supervisor, like manager in air ticketing? So what are the different job functions are there? So definitely all the things are getting exposed during the internship, and it's helped to get the future job. Next, questions may arise like, have you got any advantage in the job? Definitely yes, because since it's a mandatory requirements by the university itself, institution itself, without that, some colleges, some university, they can't give the certificates. And at the second point, the industry's recruiters, they also require the persons should have experience, minimum, the freshers also should have some minimum experience. It means they should aware about the job functions, they should aware about the safety concerns. So yes, so there is an advantage. Questions may arise like, why we are doing with the virtual methods? Now, I can say with the COVID-19 pandemic situations, the teaching methods, training methods has changed a lot. Before that, everything was offline only, classroom type. It has a certain advantage. But yes, virtual methods also provide the many advantages to the candidates. We can say it's provide the comfort to the students. Why the comfort and how the comfort? The candidates need not require to travel. Candidate need not require to search any accommodations. So we can say it's a cost effective. See, many of the candidates, those who are doing those who are intern, those who are doing the internship, they are the part of the university, colleges, institutions. So definitely they have to study their course material, course structures, different tests are there. So it's also, if you are doing through the virtual methods, your academic activity will not get impaired. Next, we can see if you are going with the offline process. So at a particular places, say if I will say Delhi airport, so we are able to demonstrate the Delhi airports, Delhi airport infrastructures, how many MROs are there in Delhi airports, how they are functioning. But yes, through the virtual methods, many airports can be simulated. We can cover more. Next, we can say airport entry passes. To go in any airports, airport entry passes is a mandatory requirements. There are many obligations are there. Many requirements is required to be fulfilled by the candidates. So keeping in view of this everything, we have selected the virtual methods for the candidates' benefits. What are the contents we are going to cover it through the virtual methods? It should be accurate. It will accurate as per the syllabus prescribed by your universities, institutions. And definitely the candidates, intern, those who have joined, definitely they are going to learn their job functions effectively. And finally, it will help for job point of view of the candidates. So in addition to that, some syllabus portions and all, once the internship will start, definitely we'll discuss it. Thank you. Over to ma'am.
Thank you very much, Manish sir. I have forgotten to introduce Ms. Manish sir. Manish sir is an instructor in aviation, providing the AME trainings to the candidates. He is having a 18 plus years of experience. He has a CI of the institutions and gone through many organizations. They have built up the training organizations as well. And I will request all of you, please switch on your cameras by keeping the microphone off. And now I will request Astos sir to start over and just brief little bit of what are the topics we are going to cover and a little more about the 2 3 topics so that the candidates can have an idea of it.
Thank you, Sachin. Thank you. Good morning to all of you. Again, we welcome you on behalf of DSC to this excellent webinar. It will be equally amazing for me to discuss with you people, those who are the aspiring and budding talents of the aviation, the career opportunities available in the aviation sector, and simultaneously to apprise you of the benefits of attending these webinars and the consequent internship program, and how they will put you in a trajectory of career trajectory path where you can benefit. So to continue with that, uh, first let me thank to Sangeeta ma'am, and following from that, and Manish ji, Sangeeta ma'am for giving the introductory note on the DSC aviation, and Manish Misra ji for apprising you with the benefits of the internship program, benefit of the virtual program, and the interesting and important topic of aircraft management, aircraft maintenance, and other things. Just to add that in that internship program that why we conduct virtually, I would say that as he explained it very nicely, that not only it saves your time and money, like the transportation cost, hotel cost, and other things, simultaneously it saves your time also, so that whatever you have been doing right now, you can pursue those things and side by side you can attend this. As he explained, this being an important aspect of any training where you get the hands-on experience either of the airport or of your chosen field, whether it is the maintenance or the commercial or the operations. So what happens, there are two type of the things. The early days used to be that the people, they used to go to the airport, they used to stay near the airport, so all those things were involved, and they used to get the experience only of that limited airport, what Manish Misraji has said. But now what happens here, we can simulate and we can provide you the many, you can say, the real life situations wherein that what happens in the airport. Simultaneously, you are not put to the hassle of getting the airport pass and spending the money. So again, taking on from there, as this interesting topic was covered by Manish ji, I will take a few minutes of your time, and we will discuss about the airport, about the airlines, their infrastructure management, and something about the logistic of related in aviation industry. How the in the logistics, all it comes the cargo, that we must have heard this terminology. Once the any good is getting transported by means of air or through air, that is called the cargo. So the cargo can be the surface cargo, air cargo, like it happens that generally this terminology is used in the air cargo. So we'll discuss that what are the aspects and the opportunities are available in the air cargo, and simultaneously something about the dangerous goods, that the restricted goods, that how they will be, how they are to be transported safely in air. So coming to that, I will only emphasize, though these topics are very wide and generous topics, you can say that it can take hours of our interaction, but I will try to emphasize only on the relevant points which will be relevant to you and which may be beneficial from your career point of view. Anything like what you have a doubt, definitely we'll have an interactive session or a question you can put it at the end. We will try to answer all your queries, either in a consolidated manner or maybe one by one. Coming to the our program of this webinar, just let me finish it quickly. After me, our CTO, just who have been moderating this program, Mr. Sachin Gupta, he'll interact with you on two of the topics, that is the airline traffic management and how the communication happens that is radio communication happens in the airport and in the aircraft. And finally, it will be wrapped up by our CEO, Mr. Yogesh, who will provide you the insight of the career opportunities. You can say plenty of career opportunities, those who are available in this field, and how you can prepare yourself, maybe uh, by enrolling with this webinar, enrolling with this seminar, and simultaneously with your burning desire in the belly. So just to start with my topic, I will say that let me just give a quick intro about me. I'm a licensed aircraft engineer. I have done my engineering and my MBA. Thereafter, I had done the certification of aircraft. I was certifying the Airbus family of the aircraft. I worked as a manager and you can say in the management position in some of the airlines. So that's all about me. I have almost 3 decades of experience in the aviation industry. So we have come to this conclusion that whatever the knowledge we have gained in this industry, and of course, you can realize now that the media or the medium or the materials, what it had been available now to the you people, where you can acquaint yourself, you can abreast yourself with the latest technology and the knowledge that were not available when we were in the aviation some 30 years back. So of course, we kept the pace with the time, we learned the things, and simultaneously now we want that, yes, there shall be a knowledge transfer. What we learned, it shall be passed on, it shall be communicated to the younger generations, and if they can benefit from those things with our experience, that gives us immense satisfaction, and it will be again a fulfilling career, or you can say a rewarding career at the end of our phase. So again, coming back to now the why we choose this air traffic. So we all know that now the air traffic or the air transport, what we call, has become now inseparable thing in the life, not only due to its affordability, but it has become due to its, you can say, the fastest growing mode of transportation. It saves time. There used to be a time when you might have listened from your elders that people, they used to dream to travel by air because either the fares were so high, connectivity was not there, only the limited connectivity to abroad or some metro cities were there. So now it has evolved and it has changed dramatically over the years. So now, as I said, affordability has also increased. Economic standards of our country has increased. People now, they are willing to travel and they value their time. So once they calculate that, okay, if I travel by surface transport, I will spend 2 to 3 days time and I reach to my destination. So once they calculate the cumulative cost by adding all the things, they find that, okay, if I can spend 500 to 1000 rupees extra, and if I can travel and I reach to my destination within 2 to 3 hours of time, that gives them more satisfaction, more leisure, more time, and all set of satisfaction. So it has become, and we so not, you can say in theory, we all might have witnessed the rush and the traffic at the airports. So with this, the transport is growing, and there are, of course, the challenges because earlier there used to be the government-controlled airport. We had limited number of airports, but you must have now traveled, you people, to Delhi, Mumbai, Hyderabad, and all other airports, wherein the private participants, they chipped in and they did a marvelous job. They brought the standard very high. You can say to the expectations, not only to the expectations of the passenger, even beyond that, at par with the world standards. So now here our focus will be simultaneously to discuss those things that what we have got right now and how it is evolving and how again the technological changes are taking place, and we have to keep pace with those technological changes to maintain our standard and to keep ourselves at international standard. Simultaneously, there are plenty of opportunities are existing for the talented persons and for the interested persons. Let me start with this, that there are many fields because we all have studied. You people are, again, I say that talented persons, those who choose to come in this field. So here I'll tell you one more thing and one thing only, that here the success comes when you have a burning desire in your belly. Unlike the other fields where the people they pass out from IIM, they come from IITs and they go to the top echelons in the organization. Here, fortunately till date, it is not there in aviation. People they start, if those who have got the zeal, those who have got the desire to learn, those who have got the desire to excel, they start from the bottom rung and they only become the CCO, CEO, head of HOD, head of maintenance, head of airports. So it is we or it is you among you, somebody who has been putting it, the efforts, who is keeping himself abreast, who has got the desire to excel, he only rises to those posts. So still this area is somewhat aloof from the elite institutions, like people, they join, if they pass out from the medium normal institutes, they join, they stagnate and they retire, but they do not reach to the top. But here it is not. If you are talented, and again the second thing what happens, the here the job is doesn't become monotonous. In any of the industry, if you work, say you are in the finance or in the account, you have been doing the repeated job over the years. So either you have to manage once you go to the higher echelon, or you have to yourself perform those jobs. But here the aviation life is so challenging that in every other airline or in every other role, and they are so independent that you get to know the things nicely, and it always remains interesting to work in this sector. So I hope the career opportunities as you choose, it is, I appreciate that this sector definitely is going to give you much more opportunity, provided you keep yourself technologically advanced, technologically paced up, and a desire to grow. Now, in this process of your career progression, we are here to help you by through this webinar. And again, we will give you the insights. What we have been providing right now is an insight that how, if you enroll to the internship program, they may turn out to be beneficial to you. So as I covered that the airport, how the air transportation has become affordable. Yes, Mr. Yogesh has put in a query to all of you, our CEO, that if any of you has got any query, you can put it in the chat box. Yes, Manishji, go ahead. Manishji?
No, no problem. Just I just given a message to the candidates only. So they can
Okay.
raise your hands. Yeah, please.
Yes. Okay. So as Manishji has said that if any of you has got any question, either you can raise your hand now, or you can even, as I said earlier, you can give your queries at the end, and we will try to solve it. We will try to give you the answer either at the end or the simultaneously whenever you raise this query. Now coming to the next topic, that how the career is getting created, or how the jobs are getting created in this sector. I'll say that once the airports, their air traffic, as we discussed, they are expanding, so is the airlines, because the airport air traffic is increasing, airlines are coming, many more airlines are coming. If not, then the existing airlines, they are adding the fleets because the demand has become more, or the demand has increased. So once demand has increased, like whether it is a private airline, whether it is a business jet, general aviation, sports, agriculture, research activity, or the cargo activity, or the freight, what we call it in the aviation terminology, is the same. Freight is like cargo, transporting it from one place to another place by means of aircraft. So once these sectors has increased, it requires the cohesion of different departments, because these entities, whether it is a private jet, whether business jet, commercial airline, or the airport, they cannot function by their own, because they all have different departments, and they all function in cohesion, they work in cohesion. You can say they are interdependent on each other, so that they can provide the business, and they can provide the goal what the industry has been set up for, or what the industry is looking for. So here comes the career opportunity. You have not only got like the career opportunity in the one sector, like there you have a finance, there you have a HR, there you have a operation, there you have a network, there you have a network planning, infrastructure management, facility management, everything, all the departments, it functions like an, you can say, entity. So those entities, they have to create the job to function smoothly. Now, I hope just coming to the airport and airline sector, and a brief introduction, a quick and brief introduction, that the, like as we said, the any airport, once it is set up, whether it is a modern airport or it was an old airport, it will have few of the areas and few of the departments. So generally in the aviation, we call it like one is the your terminal building, then the ground side is called that how we reach to the airport, the parking place to the at the airport, connectivity from our city to that airport, and the traffic management at the airport. Then we go to the terminal building. So once you enter to the terminal building, the facilities in the terminal building, whether it is essential facilities or passenger comfort, how those facilities are managed, say it starts from the security management to the ticketing counter, to the basic toilet facilities, other facilities, then the security hold area where the bag is, where your persons are screened, they are checked so that they are not going to the aircraft with any of the hazardous, you can say, substance. So that's called the terminal management. And then goes the air side. Air side is where the aircrafts are parked, that is called the parking base, taxiways, and the runways where the aircraft they take off and land. That's called the runway. Then when the aircraft is from the runway coming to the parking base, or going from the parking base to the runway, they are called the taxiways. Then we have the air traffic control towers. So these are the infrastructures are there inside the airport, lighting arrangements, vehicular movements. So all these are managed by the persons. And as the airports are increasing, their capacity is increasing. So they need a persons, talented persons to manage. And as again I said, this management starts from top to bottom. not only the somebody has to work also, somebody has to supervise, somebody has to devise the strategy also. So all they go up, or you can say they join either with the experience from other airline, other airport, or they gain the experience and rise in the hierarchy in the same airport. So it's not that any talent is discarded, because these talents cannot be transported from the other industry. They are industry specific and they need to be nurtured, cultured there only. Okay, so again, not to make it too boring and lengthy, so I'll say that as we discussed about the terminal side, air side, and all those issues, same goes like you might have seen that there are dedicated terminals for the passenger. Same way, there are dedicated terminals for the cargo. So what is cargo? As we have discussed, is that the transportation of the men or the material or the item through the air. So here, generally, we emphasize this cargo in aspect of the material and the items. Like all the aircrafts, I'll say that the aeroplanes, they have the space to keep their cargo. So that cargo is our luggage when it goes in the aircraft belly, or the extra space if any airline has got to transport in the same passenger aircraft, or for a bigger or bulk items, they specifically deploy the aircraft that is specifically designed to carry those cargo heavy or the wider volume cargos. And there comes the cargo terminal, those who manage only the cargos, and there you will find that the custom departments and the other government regulatory bodies, those who help and check that the cargos what we send or what we receive, they meet the regulatory requirements. We must have experience in recent times that how the airlines, once the ticketing counter goes, or the how they advertise that if you don't have luggage, you get some benefits, like you book it in the some economy, lighter. Nowadays they call it in the lighter fare. So what happens there? You yourself declare that you are not carrying any checked-in baggage other than your hand baggage. Especially when the aircrafts are designed, they are designed to carry your luggage and yourself. So the all of weight when the aircraft flies, those weights are calculated that if a passenger is flying, he may be carrying some 15 to 20 kg of the luggage with him. So generally airlines, they keep this volume or the weight criteria till the last moment the aircrafts get full or till the last passenger arrives. But when we declare ourselves that, okay, I am not carrying any luggage, in that case, what happens? The airline has already put a 15 kg or 20 kg in that the separate bracket that this passenger is booked and there is a surplus of 15 to 20 kg. So those things, they are again called ancillary revenues. There again, somebody is working. One whole department works to create this ancillary revenue. And there are financial experts, there are industry experts, there are network and marketing experts, those who advertise this ancillary space to the rest, you can say, targeted audience or the targeted industry, that, okay, in each flight which departs, say, from Delhi to Mumbai, we have got 50 kg of space. If you want, we can put this 50 kg within 3 hours from Delhi to Mumbai. So the high-end parcels, like say the letters are there, the small parcels which do not carry much weight, but they have equal importance. So they have a long-term agreement or liaison with the airline to generate those revenue, and they put their things in the airline cargo and they go along with the passenger. Now, second thing comes that what we said, that the dedicated cargo, and here again the job opportunity arises. Like one is the marketing, person managing the ancillary revenue, person managing the slot, person managing the networking, person managing the route planning. Okay, so these are the revenue. I said that about the airline. Now, once we coming back to the revenue, again, these are the revenues where the people they work and how the airline they function and the airport they function. Airport they charge to the airline for the landing charge of the aircraft, parking charge of the aircraft, fuel charges. We must have listened so many cry in the social media about the user development fees. Like once you fly out from Bangalore, you fly out from Delhi, you fly out from Mumbai, then these private airport developers, they charge you some amount on your ticket that is called the user development fee. So these type of the fees or the revenue is generated by the airport. And again, to generate this kind of the revenue, along with the other department, there are people employed, those who work to create such type of environment so that the airport or the infrastructure remains beneficial. And again, they do not go outdated. They are always maintained in the top condition. Because the biggest challenge here now is happening with the old airport or the government controlled airports are that they are aging and they have not been able to keep the pace with the private developers. So here the private developers, they charge these fees, they put in to expand their infrastructure or to keep this reserve to build the new infrastructure. Last things comes about the sustainability, like all the airports now they are eyeing to go, you can say, environment friendly. So there again, the job creation comes like they are not depending upon this conventional source of energy. They are trying to put through the solar system. They are putting the plantation. So irrespective of the work, whatever it happens, that creates some job, whether it is at the lower level or at the higher level. But once the lower level, some 10 people are employed at the management level, again, somebody has to be there to manage 10 persons either from a BBA institute or from an MBA institute. That some those persons they are to be managed, they are to be guided, they are to be directed, and they are to be nurtured and taken care. Okay, so coming to now airline, again in the airline you have a different verticals. One is called the fleet technical management, where all the aircrafts, their technical aspects, and how the aircraft will be inducted, how long the aircraft will remain with the airline, and once as long as it remains, as we know that the aircraft repeat, I repeat that there is a regulation that it has to be in the airworthy condition. Airworthy condition calls for that whatever the regulations have been devised or the aircraft maintenance programs are there for that aircraft, they need to be complied and the aircraft to be kept in the serviceable condition always, then only it can be offered for the revenue flight. So to take care of that, all those documentation and everything, there are plenty of people involved in the aircraft maintenance, whether they are the maintenance engineers, maintenance technicians, as I said, the fleet technical management department, they are called generally FTM, quality assurance department. So these are the engineering aspects. Now we come to the operations aspect. Again, here how the job opportunity gets created because the pilot is there, he is flying the aircraft. But supporting to the pilot, there are numerous people, whether they are the flight dispatchers, where they are the OCC persons, they are called operational control groups, those who are offering the assistance to the pilot at the final takeoff point near the aircraft. So they are the operations departments. Again, there are plenty of people, those who work. I'm just summarizing that few of them. Then goes the vital and most thing is the revenue management, that how the airline is able to generate revenue and sustain. So this revenue, again, it goes one through passenger, another through cargo, and third, it goes through the ancillary revenue like the advertising or any assistance, onboard selling. There are various things it goes. So unless and until the airline is economically sustainable, then only it can fly. So the revenue management department, they play a crucial role, and along with the revenue management department goes the network and planning department. Because unless the aircrafts are put to a good network is that a profitable network, where you have a more number of people flying, And so if you put in that slot, like maybe there may be 1 lakh passengers flying Delhi to Mumbai. But those 1 lakh, if we know that, okay, those 1 lakh 50,000 flies in the morning and 50,000 flies in the evening. So the network planning guy, he has to devise that policy that, okay, if he's not getting a slot for his aircraft or for his airline to put that aircraft in the morning slot, at least he will try to put it in the evening. But he cannot put it in the afternoon slot where there are no passengers. So though that airline may be flying from Delhi to Mumbai, but they cannot generate or they won't be able to generate any revenue. So what happens in the long run, that airline will be forced to close down or to go for the restructuring or something which will not be economically viable. So there comes the role of the network and planning department. There are talents again gets employed. Those who study, those who do the market research, those who study the route, those who find out with their input by going to the places that how many targeted passengers are there from X to Y city, and what is their preference timing when they would like to travel, when they would like to return to those areas. Now, coming last to that customer satisfaction, here not only the customer satisfaction happens that once we call to the call center, once we go to the airport, that how we are dealt by them, whether somebody attends us, how our luggage or the baggage get prioritized, if something extra tag, say if some person comes and he puts an extra tag, a priority tag on your baggage, we feel slightly that we have been given a special treatment or a special care. So there the human touch comes, and again here the quite sensitive people, those again are soft trained nowadays. We must have heard that they are trained in the soft skills. So they take care of those areas where they know how to interact with this type of the customer and how to give them a human touch so that they feel alienated, they feel attached with the airline, and when the next time they try to fly, that flip comes in their mind that, okay, I'll fly to this airline, I'll go to this airport because I have been taken care. Okay, so again, winding up on this aspect, that the last comes between the agreement between the airline and the airport. So that also equally remains vital. Due to the, again, scarcity of time, we won't be able to go in details. Lastly, as I was saying about the dangerous goods and the cargos, so there are plenty of, again, avenues here to generate revenue, and there are plenty of avenues for the jobs also in this cargo and freight forwarding. Because freight forwarding not only happens that the airline gets the item, because suppose if you are booking an item and if it goes to the Blue Dart courier, the Blue Dart courier person who has taken it, his job ends there. Then it goes to the Blue Dart terminal at the airport, and there those who have been employed at the airport to screen your item to see that yes, it doesn't contain any harmful thing. Then the person who is employed at the airport, he bags it that in which flight it is to be put, whether this parcel is for the Mumbai or Delhi or XYZ or abroad. So thereafter, again, this gets directed to the respective aircraft. It goes for the custom clearance. So all sort of involvements are there. The different stakeholders are there. Those who get involved. Same goes for the freight forwarding. So there are numerous persons involved from to complete this process of cargo and freight forwarding. And as we know that, I will just lastly, I'll touch on the dangerous good. Dangerous good are the substances, say the flammable substances, or any item which may not pose a threat to us. Like why we think that, okay, I'm carrying this item, why the airport is objecting? Because we may not realize that the harmful effect or the hazard it has got associated, or the item what we intend to carry, be thinking safe, has got an impact on the air travel. Because those sensitive items, they may be chemical, they may be the sprays under pressure, there may be some other items which has got a tendency that once they go at the high temperature or due to the higher pressure, or once they are shaking, once they are put into the aircraft, once they are shaking vigorously or violently, So they may change chemically, and they may either leak, or they may emit some gases, or they may explode. So that may become a small explosion or a leak or a fume. It can turn to be a hazardous for the human being. So those cargoes, again, they get screened, they get classified, they are checked. Then there are trained persons, they call the DG good trained persons. They certify that this cargo falls under which category. There are some 9 categories, as I remember. So in those out of 9 category, under which category it falls, how it is to be packaged, how it is to be labeled, how it is to be stored, and how it is to be transported in which cargo, whether in the aircraft which carries the human beings, or only a transport aircraft which carries only the cargoes. So again, coming back now, I'll conclude this, and I will request Mr. Sachin and our CEO, Mr. Yugesh, to take over. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir, for a wonderful lecture or the informations you have provided to our interns. And I think you have taken a whole time, or we are running short of time now.
Yeah, sorry, I could not see the watch. Sorry, extremely
Oh,
sorry.
it's okay, because that's a, you are having a long experience of 35 of years. So I think it will be a fruitful for the candidates. And now I will not take too much time. I will elaborate that the topics which is already described in the UGC in their syllabus. We are going to cover our upcoming internship program, which is scheduled to be start from 10th of June. So in that program, the whole, as I have already said, the whole UGC syllabus is covered. I am going to just elaborate on one topic, that means air traffic management. As we all are knowing that day by day air traffic is increasing, our airport infrastructure is increasing, and the demand of the air travel is increasing. As per the report by the CGR, in the upcoming 10 years, the aviation market is going to be increased at the percentage of 8.62% per annum. So there is going to be a huge demand for the qualified, skilled persons. Coming to the air traffic management, once the airlines number of the airlines is increasing, we have to manage our air traffic. Okay, I think somebody has some raised some question. The answer will be given in the later stage. Just let me conclude a little bit. So we have to manage all the air traffic. For managing this air traffic, main things is three things are there. First is the communication, second is the navigation, and third is the surveillance. How we are going to communicate with the aircraft and the ground personnel who is sitting in the ATC. Second, after the communication, there is a range for the communication. When the aircraft is going beyond that range, how we are going to monitor it. That is called the navigation. During that, from the ATC range, when it goes out of the ATC range, it is navigated through the GPS or the ADSV out system, which will be told you in the upcoming internship program. We will teach you in the details. So it is navigated from one place to another places. Thereafter, in case of any emergency, is there anything goes wrong, we will find the aircraft with the help of the FDR. That is means we call the surveillance. We are always keeping the surveillance where the aircraft is moving, which direction it is going, which altitude it's going, which latitude it is going. We are always keeping the track on that. So this all system is called the air traffic management system, which will be taught to you in the coming internship program. So actually, we are running short of times. I would like to call Mr. Yogesh sir, our CEO of the company, to just describe you the career opportunity which is going to the fruitful for you guys, and conclude this meeting. Yogesh sir, over to you.
Thank you, Sachin, and good day to all the participants. And we really appreciate that they have spared some time, precious time to attend this webinar. Fine. As we all know that aviation is a very exciting and lucrative industry, and everybody want to be the part of the aviation. And any of the person who is undergoing this type of courses related to the aviation, they're always having the dream to work on the airport. Either it may be a land site. Land site means where the ticketing and the customer check-in packages, all the things, and then that secondly the air site. Fine. So today we do one thing that I will talk about the internship program, why it is necessary and why it's important to the new participants, and what to see the students, which is the upcoming students to who are taking and seeking the opportunity in the aviation as a career. Fine. So there are the various things. There are the various opportunities. There are the various points that has to be discussed. Why it is important, but there are few of them what we're going to discuss. They are that firstly we can first and first know that it give you a live interaction with the industry experts. Fine. For example, everybody who just like Mr. Sachin, Mr. Ashutosh, and Manish, what they have delivered, they're having more than 20-25 years experience. They have worked day and night on the airport, either on the aircraft or the aircraft management system side or aviation management system side or the backup support to run the show to keep the aircraft flying. So you can have the opportunities to interact with them first of all, and you can have what you can have the experience exactly, and that experience can add on to your knowledge and curriculum. Fine. And next we can have a industry that you can gain the industry insights. Fine. As internship will provide an insight look of the how the organization of the aviation sectors works, how the organization of the infrastructure or the organization of the aviation sectors work. Like either it is a commercial airlines, either it is a private jet, either it is a helicopters, either it is a balloon, either it's a glider, or any of the flying machine which is flying in the air. Fine. Next, and at the same time, you also can have the experience of these people after communicating at the time of what we are planning to have the online internship program. It gives you a clear understanding how the processes on the airports or the airports or the various other MROs, maintenance organization, and the component, how the system works, how it functions, what are the challenges are there during the proceeding of this process. Fine. And at the same time, and what the opportunities you can have to grab it after completing your degree course, either master or the undergrad. Right. It also gives a real-time opportunity, a real-time experience to the real-time interaction, a real-time live feel to you, how the systems, how the airports, how the aircraft, how the people, how the management, how the staff works on the airport. Fine. So one of the biggest benefit of the internship is that it provides the students a real world experience what the field you have chosen. If you chosen the aviation field, fine, it gives you a real time experience exactly how it is going to be when you are going to the part of this aviation world. Fine. And experience that gives a valuable when it comes to the securing the job. When you apply for the job, fine, when you the part of the interview, when you send your resume and any other organization can choose you or shortlist you for the interview, definitely you will be the much more ahead of the people who are not undergone the internship. You are knowing much more. Apart from the theoretical knowledge, you can have the realistic idea exactly how the system works, and you can explain, you can answer in much more better way in compared to others during the type of interview or during the time of shortlisting. Fine. And next, one more thing is very important, that it makes the industry connection. For example, we are approximate whatever the experience people is having, and you can having the connect of that. Fine. So it gives you industries people connection and the professional networking. So in this industry, networking is very important, because you all know that is very what is your limited industry, the aviation sector. Fine. Here the connections, your interactions with people, your PR, public relationships counts a lot. Fine. It benefits it that provides the opportunity to the industry connection by providing working along the side of profession. If you are working with the profession, you are communicating with the profession, you are having the connect with the profession, definitely you will be easier. It will easier to enter this type of industry for say aviation industry. Fine. So, and at the same time, a student can build up the relationship and the network with the potential employer. Fine. Potential employer means might be, for example, Ashutosh Saab has worked with the Vistara for long years. He worked with the Indigo for long years. Fine. And if you are having connect with Mr. Ashutosh, or some of the time you want any references, then definitely you can call Mr. Ashutosh and say, "Hey, sir, yes, I am put my resume there to the Vistara. Will you please assess us for the shortlisting, or you can guide us how the Vistara conduct the interview. Just have a mock to me that what are the questions they put us, so I can prepare myself at the time for the interview." Right. That is a much more benefit to the student. Fine. All the person who is going to be do part of the aviation industry. At the same time, it will be a test type potential career. For an example, aviation is very huge sector. There's a huge number of n numbers of departments are there, right from the flying by the cabin crew, the catering, the support staff, the ground support, the engineering, the planning. Fine. At the same time, everybody is not comfortable. Everybody is not tuned him or herself for the particular department. So we when we interact as the industry experts to you, we will just come to know exactly which department you will be fit. We will counsel you for the same time that you are be suitable for this particular department. You will be suitable for the ticketing. You will be suitable for the customer support, etc. You will be suitable for the airport manager. You will be suitable for the licensing of the customers to make them comfort during the boarding of the aircraft. Fine. That comes the confidence to you, and you can choose a department, and you can grow more income. You can grow more in compared to the department which is not you are not suitable for. You are not interested in. Fine. So this is the last one, and uh, as we are running short of time, I want to cut short within 5 minutes, and we want to finish it off. So now we are a bit confident that 1.5, one plus hours what we have discussed with you, that will give it the insight, some story of the aviation sector, how you young guys are responsible to drive the aviation sector to the next high. As we all know that India is growing exponentially in the aviation sector, and in the next in the next decades, in the next 5 to 10 years, we will going to be third biggest aviation market in the world, apart from the America and the China. Right, that's a huge demand of the workforce right now. Fine, we all are fighting to get the manpower to skill up the people to fill up the gap. There is a huge gap between the demand, exactly the industry demand, and what the supply of manpower is there. There's a huge demand also the skilled manpower. So we as industry expert, or what you see, in-depth experience of people, we can train the entire people who are interested in or skill up them to accommodate themselves there to the aviation division, aviation sector. Fine. So one more thing I want to discuss with you for this is the just short brief what we discussed, 1.5 hour plus. Fine. So you in the next 1 month, please request you to join the internship, and you can have the much more in-depth knowledge and information during the 1 month of course period. One more thing we have decided today that now onward, the regular basis, maybe a fortnightly, monthly, we'll decide and sit and decide what to do. We can regularly conduct this type of seminar to connect the aspirant of the Indian aviation and those who are interested. And we can guide them, and we can tune them, we can skill up them to accommodate themselves in the aviation sector. Probably, maybe we do one thing that probably what are the career opportunities and what are the sectors or the individual can opt for their career. Fine, maybe this will be the next topic of that. Fine. So by these words, I'm ending my words from here, and we thank you for all. We thanks to all the participants who taken the part and gave it the precious time to for this webinar. And we thanks all the speakers on board today. They have given their experience and ideas to the new participant, and we hope that we'll connect in the coming in the at the earliest in the coming days, maybe 15 after 15 days, after 20 days we can go live, and we can also share the when we are going to be conducting the webinar and on which topic. Fine. So let's end it off with this webinar. And thanks to all of you to participate in the webinar. And wish you all the best for your future and career, all the new students. And have a nice day. Fine, fine. Thank you, everyone, and have a nice day. All of you.
Thank you, everyone. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.
सर किसी ने राइस हैंड किया किसी ने राइस हैंड किया चैतन्य ज्वाइन कीजिए अभी अब काटेंगे अभी है वो हैंड रेस कर भी हैंड रेस करके बैठिए
Yes, yes, Ms. Chaitanya. Sorry, I have not seen your hand. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yes, Mr. Chaitanya.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, please.
Yes, sir. Sir, I want to uh, know about that internship in maintenance field.
Can you come again, please? Your voice is not coming clearly, Mr. Chaitanya.
Hello,
Yeah,
sir. I'm audible.
yeah. Now you are audible.
Okay. So I want information about, sir. What is the maintenance field? This is internship is going.
So this internship is going about the BBA aviation and airport management, and along with the maintenance, we are going to cover all the topics which is related to the aviation, including the camo also, maintenance, MRO, 145, what is everything is going to be covered during this internship program.
Okay. So, sir, I'm from maintenance field.
Okay.
So, what is the location for internship?
Actually, it will be a online only. This time we have arranged a online internship program. That's it.
Okay. That will be possibly through the online. That how to the show us practically in practical way how to
Chaitanya,
show
can you do
online.
one things? Can you do the WhatsApp on my personal number so that we can have a one-to-one conversation on that?
Okay, on which number?
I'm just sharing in the group itself.
Okay, please share me.
Yeah. Have you got it?
Yes, I
Yeah,
got.
fine. After 10 minutes, you can give me a call. We can have a long conversation on it. Fine.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Anything else?
Nothing, sir. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Let's close that now.